Hey everyone. On this segment, I'm going to show you one of the coolest new additions we have on the Ramblr toolbox, and this is the SOP generation pipelines. So what's the idea? There's a lot of processes that are performed in your particular company or industry, right? With specific terms and specific steps performed by personnel that is very skilled, right? But it's very tricky to document these, right? Even if you ask the person, it's hard to understand exactly what they're doing. And also, if you have hundreds or thousands and you have new procedures every time that you keep adding, right? It's very hard to keep this up to date. And this is exactly what our SOP, so standard operating procedure pipelines, are for, right? The idea here is that we take a video of an operator performing a particular process, right? And the idea is that they narrate as they perform it, right? Not in any particular structured way. They just narrate as they go. And also, we get a vocabulary which we can extract automatically, but we'll talk about that in a different segment. With the relevant terms that we want the analysis to focus on during this extraction. And what you get is actually not just the video of the process, but we process the narration so that we extract an actual SOP. So again, a step-by-step guide on how to perform the process that references the relevant objects that you mentioned in your vocabulary. And not only that, but it references them in time and as categories within our Ramblr ecosystem, right? That means that you can, on the one hand, use a video as a reference. You can use it to be using our retrieval technology to get the different segments of the video, right? As part of an assistant, for example, right? That you're performing the procedure and you say, okay, how do I remove this particular screw? And the system can find that segment and show it to you because we have it structured already. But not only that, if you want to aggregate, for example, all the procedures that use component X, right? Because it exists structured in our database, right? We don't have to do a random text search. We have it actually archived, associated directly to a corresponding category of component X, and then you can pull all the information you have on that very easily, right? Okay, so how does this work? So the idea is that we have a video that has a narration on how to perform coffee extraction. So we have the video here, right? Press play. The idea is that it's egocentrically recorded. This is not a requirement. And this is just someone making a coffee with this capsule machine, right? So they pick the capsule, put the capsule there, etc., right? And then they wait for coffee to start coming out, right? And what I did was I narrated this video as the process is performed, just, as a audio narration as the process is being performed. And again, here we can see how it coffee starts coming out. Exactly. And then, you wait until the coffee is done extracting, and you go ahead and you then take the cup out, right? There we go. And the idea is that, okay, so I have this video that I just have lying on my hard drive, and I want to do SOP extraction on it, right? So what I would do, if I'm doing this from scratch, right, assume I have it in the hard drive, it's not yet here, I'm going to go to my upload portal, upload new video, right? I'm going to confirm that I have the right to use the video, that I'm not uploading any restricted content. We have the video here, right? We can proceed. We can add video details, right? This is our general standard upload. Proprietary, well, source type is us. So it's pretty straightforward. Here it's telling me I need to rename it because, of course, I already uploaded this video before. Usage right, it's all permitted for us because it's our own video. And then importantly, here I know there's no faces and no license plates in the video, but I can ask it to generate a transcript, right? And then I go to the summary and I would start the upload if I press here, right? And the idea is that as the video is uploaded, you not only get the video in our system, but you also get a transcript, right, that we can look at here in the knowledge base. So go to text, and we have a transcript of the video, and you see there's the narration. Okay, I turn on the machine, then I open it, I take a capsule from the box, and I load it into the machine. I'm narrating what I'm doing, right? And this is importantly linked to the different time segments, right? Then, as I said, we also need a vocabulary. So I went ahead and created a vocabulary that just contains general terms that we use in this process, right? So button, capsule, coffee, coffee cup, coffee machine, lever. Cool. And then I go to my SOP generation project, and here in videos, I just went and clicked on new. And when I select a pipeline template, I have a standard operating procedure or SOP generation pipeline, which has only 2 steps. The text processing, so I look at the transcript, I aggregate the content, look at the relevant terms from my vocabulary, and then I use those to do scene graph extraction, where I relate the narration and this processed text to what's actually happening on the video. And this is how we structure it. This is how we link objects that are just mentioned to places in the real video, right? And you can see the description here, and then you would go to select template, and you would just start it, right? And then we can look in pipelines, and this is how a finished pipeline looks like. Basically, the 2 steps occurred correctly. Excellent. And we generated both an SOP and an annotated video. So if you look at the SOP, which is here, see now there's an actual automatic title, there's a description of the process, and then there's the different steps from 1 to 7. Importantly, it's telling me where in the video the different segments are. And also, you can see here directly, it's telling me the UUIDs of the particular objects, right? So it's, again, it has linked the objects that are actually present in the video to our system, to our categories, to your vocabulary, right? So it's all connected. And then we can also take a look at the video, the annotation in particular, right? And you can see here, for example, on here, power on and open the machine, load the coffee capsule. All the steps are here listed with their particular time spans in the video. And also you have here all the objects, and we can go to the frames where the objects were found, right here. And you see there's a coffee machine, a lever, a button, right, that were in our vocabulary. So the idea is that the system pays attention to these objects and tries to find them, and again links them to the text. So now if I use the text to find a relevant step in the process, I can then go to the video and look at it, right? Or if I have the categories that I care about in the text, I can relate it to other places where those categories show up in other documents or procedures or any other entity within the Ramblr ecosystem, which is your data. And if I'm a smart AI assistant, I can also use this technology, right? So there's really no limits to where you can go with this, starting from just a simple narrated video and vocabulary. And with that, that's all I wanted to show in this segment. Yeah, thanks so much.